Welcome back, everybody, to my last brain cell. Happy Friday, Junior. You know what I mean? I hope your week has been great. Like I always say, I hope your week has been great. Before I get to the question of the day, allow me to address what's going on here. So, I found something for us to do while we're doing these pods. You feel me? Like I used to play chess. I did Connect 4. We just finished Jenga. Built my homie Boba Fett. Now, we're going to do something a little different. But before I get there, allow me to give a little backstory, right? So I am one of like 7, 8 guys in like my mom's side of the family, right? Like my mom's side of the family is primarily female. So growing up, my younger brother and I, who are like right in the middle of the men, like it goes my uncle, I have 2 older cousins, my brother, or me, then my brother, then I have 2 younger cousins, right? So my brother and I, we were always nerds as kids, right? We loved watching cartoons. We love Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Power Rangers, all that shit, right? And my family very much like fed that habit of ours, right? Like my younger cousins, they were kind of into it, but not as much. My older cousins, to my knowledge, really weren't. But my brother and I definitely were. And even to this day, I still am, clearly, right? So I got a text from my cousin the other day, one of my younger cousins, and she was like, yo, what is your favorite Pokemon? And honestly, I hadn't thought about it in a while, especially with some of the new Pokemon coming out. I can't really like rate them as my favorite. So I kind of went old school. I was like, honestly, it's probably Charizard or it's going to be someone like Bulbasaur or maybe even Meganium, right? Because I really like those Pokemon. So she was like, okay. And she gave me a couple. She goes, well, which Charizard do you want? And I was like, what are you even talking about? What's going on? She said, they got this one or that one. They got this, they got this, they got this. Pick someone else. So she threw me for a loop, right? And I didn't know what to expect. All I knew was to expect something Pokemon. So I get to my mail yesterday and boom, it arrived. So let me show you this cool fucking thing. Yeah, I'm going to move this out the way. So these are 2 little see-through Pokeballs, right? And inside of them contain some sweet Pokemon. I don't know if you can see, but that's Kyogre. You feel me? One of the legendary Pokemon from Sapphire, who was honestly my favorite legendary Pokemon, if I'm being for real. And over here is Mega Charizard. And again, I know it's kind of hard to see, kind of hard to make out, but you can kind of tell. You can see by his tail, his wings, his head. It came with these little stands that light up, so you know I gotta have these shits on display. So shout out to my cousin, because these shits is fire. Which bring me to this John over here. Who am I about to summon? Excellent question. It's a puzzle. So I'm getting through these episodes for the next couple of days or however long it takes me to finish this thing. We're going to build a puzzle. The image I saw looked pretty cool. I saw Pikachu. I saw Eevee. I saw Dragonite, Lucario. There's a bunch of Pokemon on here. So I'm really excited to get this puzzle going. You feel me? So without further ado, though, allow me to get to the question of the day. Question of the day, my friends. What is an ability in the animal kingdom that you wish you had? Now, there are a bunch of abilities, right? And one of the first ones that I thought of was the ability to breathe underwater, because I can't swim. If you guys recall, I almost drowned as a child. So I just haven't learned how to swim. But one thing I think I'm decent at is swimming underwater, because it doesn't require me to have to tread or figure out how to kick my feet. You know, I can stay underwater and break the tension way better that way. So initially I thought it'd be really cool to breathe underwater, because then I could kind of swim and do all the things in the pool and the water that all my friends do. But then I had to really kind of step back and say to myself, nah, that's not really what I want. You know, an ability I would love to have from the animal kingdom? The ability to camouflage myself. And I know what you're thinking. You freaky motherfucker. It is not for anything ridiculous or disgusting or that could get me canceled. The reason why I would like to know how to camouflage myself is so I can avoid unwanted conversation. Like, imagine you see someone that you know coming down the block that you don't want to talk to, right? And they're all excited to see you, like, oh my god, you can see them get giddy from like 2 blocks away. All of a sudden you turn a corner and you disappear into the tree or the fence, whatever right is next to you, and just you're gone from their vision because you know how to camouflage. And they like, oh, I thought he was just here. And they keep pushing with their life. And once they're out of view, you materialize again and get going with your day. I think that would be a great ability to have, right? I don't know, man. I don't want to be talking to certain people. Sometimes I'm in the mood for a conversation. Sometimes I just want to move on with my life and just keep it pushing and doing what I'm doing. Boom, got our first piece already. So yeah, question of the day to you guys is, what is an ability from the animal kingdom that you wish you had? And while you are figuring that out, again, there's a lot of abilities out there. You could fly, there's camouflage, there's breathing underwater, there's the agility of a cheetah or a leopard, you feel me? The strength of a moose, I don't know, but let me know what it is you guys would want from the animal kingdom. And while you're doing that, I'll get pick your poison. You know what, the limited choices that I have left with these cards, I'm really considering like doing a free for all, or honestly kind of something like a 52 pickup almost, like throwing them in the air and just catching some before I decide to never play this again. I don't know. It's been really interesting to see everything that they have in here because I've never gone through the entire deck of pick your poison, but I think it's time for something a little new. What do you guys think? Anyway, live without music. Absolutely not. Be unable to communicate with someone without having intense eye contact. Have a chronic runny nose. So it's funny because I think I already give like pretty good eye contact when it comes to conversation, especially if I'm talking to a woman that I am potentially infatuated with. Like I'm gonna stare at you. Like sometimes I might divert my gaze because I'm like I'm feeling a little shy. Like don't look at me. Like I don't wanna. It happens sometime, but most of the time I'm staring right at you. Right. However, everyone I have a conversation with, intense eye contact, that sounds insane. But with that said, there's no way on this earth or any other that I could live without music. I listen to music literally every day. Like there is not a single day that goes by that I'm not listening to music, right? I listen to music on my way to work. I listen to music at the gym, right? Like I told you guys, I made a specific 75 hard playlist, and I'll give you guys an update on that too. So I can't fathom living without music. But with that said, having a chronic runny nose just sounds disgusting. That's just nasty. Why is my nose chronically running? Why am I so gross? That's not something I can live with either. So it makes this one extremely interesting, I think, because I almost have to choose be unable to communicate with someone without having intense eye contact. People might think I'm weird because I'm staring at them, or they might be really happy that I haven't broken eye contact with them. It could go either way. So, because again, like living without music is just not feasible, and having a chronic runny nose is disgusting. And again, not a reality that I want to be a part of. Interessante. You know what? I think just because I can't imagine dealing with the other two, I'm gonna have to pick be unable to communicate with someone without intense eye contact. People are just going to deal with it. Like, yeah, I maintain eye contact throughout the entirety of the conversation. Fucking deal with it, bro. I don't know what else to tell you because yeah, man, that's not okay. I'm not living without music, and my nose will not be chronically running. Absolutely not. Imagine having packs of tissue on you because your nose is just always running. That's nasty. I don't want that. Yeah. Let me know what you guys are picking. Are you going to live without music, have a chronic runny nose, or be unable to communicate with someone without having intense eye contact? Let me know in them young comments. And while you're tapping away, I'm going to go ahead and get the Wheel of Fun. Let's see what the wheel has for us today. Gaming again. So gaming again has been pretty okay. I finally completed my Call of Duty Battle Pass, so I won't be touching Call of Duty for some time, right? I just re-downloaded The Last of Us, so that is going to be a game that I'm going to be putting a lot of time into because I can't watch the newest season of The Last of Us without completing this game. Even when the first season came out, My ex and I, we were dating at the time when the show came out, and a while before that, she had bought me. I don't remember if the show being announced is what prompted the purchase, or if she was just feeling nice, but she had bought me The Last of Us, right? And when the show came out, it was a moment we were like, yo, we cannot progress further in this show until we finish the game, right? There were certain episodes we couldn't watch until we finished the game. I want to say the last 2 episodes were on hold for us because I hadn't finished the remainder of it. And when we finally did finish it, or when I finished it, we were able to watch it. And it was definitely worth it. So I would like to continue that as it goes to, or as the second season, gets ready for its premiere in a couple of weeks here. So I definitely need to finish that game. The first one was really good, and I'm enjoying my playthrough of the second one so far. I haven't gotten far. I think my PlayStation said I was like 20 something percent into the game. But I definitely, I need to finish it. Yeah. So that's definitely my game plan before the series comes out, is to finish that game. I also would love to get Monster Hunter. I think I'm gonna get it, if not this weekend, the next weekend. Because especially with me plotting the completion of The Last of Us, I have a game at this time that is gonna take me some time and keep me invested and entertained. So I don't know if I need Monster Hunter like right now. Like if you asked me 3-4 days ago, I'd be like, yo, I need Monster Hunter expeditiously. Like that game needs to be bought already. And now I'm kind of like, let me wait and let me get through The Last of Us 2 first, and then I can get Monster Hunter. Yeah, because The Last of Us, man, they were doing stuff on that. Like from what I remember, oh, that fit nice. From what I remember from what I remember from the first one and how it progresses and gets crazier and crazier. The second one, I think, has done that already. Like I said, I'm not super far in it, but it's already gotten like, oh shit, like it's going down in this game. So it's been really fun. Like I said, what I've played so far has been really fun. But I'm really excited to continue. Are there games out there that you guys are playing? I was talking to my brother yesterday. Was his birthday. Shout out my baby bro. He just turned 31, and he was talking about how he was playing Horizon Zero Dawn. I was like, damn, I haven't touched that game in some time too. That's another game that I have to finish. To be honest, I think the storytelling in recent games has been phenomenal. I love a story-driven game, and I also really enjoy a strong female lead in these games, because I feel like that's not something that we have a lot of, right? Most of the games I play are male-centered. So when I have characters like Ellie and wow, what's my homegirl's name from Horizon? I'm blanking. Aloy. When I have people like that, it's like, yeah, I want to see what they're about, because they always, without fail, make them so badass. Like it's so cool. Like Aloy is badass. If you've never played any rendition of Horizon, you are doing yourself a disservice. I remember when the first game came out, I was so excited for it. I had seen the trailers and I knew what it was about, and I was like, man, this is gonna be one of them ones. And it was so pivotal. Not pivotal. It was so important for me to get it. And I remember the day I got it. It's still a core memory for me. The gold PlayStation 4 had like just come out, and I went and traded in my white PlayStation for the gold slim PlayStation, and I got Horizon, and I spent hours on that game the first day I got it. Yeah, man, it was it's so good. So I definitely am looking forward to revisiting that game as well. But again, The Last of Us 2, it has to take precedence, because that season's coming out in a couple of weeks, and I need to watch it week by week to avoid spoilers. So I've got like 2 weeks. I think almost to the date I have 2 weeks, right? That sounds right. Let's see. April starts on Tuesday. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's the 5th. No, so I got like a little less than 3 weeks. But I got some time. I got time. I'm not worried about it. But I am curious to know, what games are you guys playing right now? Is there something out there that I should be playing? I've been watching a lot of streams. Well, that's true and not true. I've been watching a lot of RDC World streams. just because their personalities are interesting, outside of the skits. And with me going to DreamCon soon, all I keep thinking about is DreamCon, so RDC World is on the brain. I was watching them play. Nope. I was watching them play Assassin's Creed Shadows, and honestly, that shit kind of looked hot. I was surprised. I definitely was someone, they actually called it out during their stream. I definitely was someone who, amid the controversy, I was like, nah. My controversy was that I felt that they were trying to hide Yasuke in some of the promos. So I was like, nah, I want to see more of the Black Samurai. Like that's the Black Samurai, man. What are y'all doing? But it seems that, you know what I mean, I might have to see what Assassin's Creed is looking at, because I used every wrong word there. I might have to see what Assassin's Creed is really looking like, because from what I saw them playing, it looks sick. But it kind of just looks like a better Ghost of Tsushima. So that also makes me really excited for Ghost of Yotai, because that game I know is going to be bananas. The first Ghost of Tsushima, or Ghost of Tsushima, was a spectacular game. Like, I haven't touched that in some time, and I'm sure if I did, it would still be just as fun. But Ghost of Tsushima, man, they knew what they were doing for that game. So when Ghost of Yotai, or should I say with Ghost of Yotai's announcement, I knew that game was just going to be spectacular. Yeah, I cannot wait. That game's going to be sick. That game is going to be sick. But again, I'm going to ask the question, are there games that you guys are looking forward to? What games are you guys playing right now? Please let me know. As a reminder, once again, we are on the hunt for Mission 1K, 1,000 subscribers. Please make sure you're telling a friend to tell a friend and get the word out there. Sip, Read, Repeat starts the next batch of episodes. So when we come back April 6th, Sip, Read, Repeat, baby. And I can't wait, y'all. I can't wait. Yeah, I'm super excited. I thought that I would get more of this puzzle done in the time frame that I had, but apparently not. And that's okay, because we're going to do it together. I won't leave you behind. You'll see the finished product once I'm done here, but yeah, I won't touch any of this without you guys being present. So with that said, that's all I got for y'all guys. Thank you so much for stopping by and tuning in. That's all I got. This is King Echo, signing off.